All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our third speaker, we have Maxwell Holmes. He is 11 years old, and today he is going to be talking about happy endings matter. Let's give it up for Maxwell Holmes.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Kevin. He was one of 8 kids in the McAllister family. Kevin could be an unpleasant child, to say the least, and had a tendency to be called a disease by his brothers. Kevin, on the other hand, however, secretly wished that his family would one day disappear. Well, one day, that wish came true. As his family rushed on the way to Paris, they forgot one small thing: Kevin. Now, some of you have seen this movie, Home Alone. If not, I'm sorry, here's the spoiler. This is a happy ending story that tells of how Kevin, home alone, fought off 2 terrifying thieves and protected his house. When his family came back, he became an instant hero. I think we need, and I personally like, happy endings for these 3 reasons. Firstly, happy endings, there's a reason that we call them happy endings, because they're so fun and happy. I remember when I first saw this movie, Home Alone, there was a part where all the bad guys are trying to break into Kevin's home, and Kevin greets them with ice rinks, blazing hot doorknobs, to more ice, to even more ice. For heaven's sake, that's a little bit of overkill. But at the end, when these 2 bumbling thieves are taken back by the police, the kids were going crazy, berserk, laughing their heads off. Popcorn was flying. They are jumping out of their seats. Secondly, happy endings are so justified. Justice. It is fair. We kids from the age of 3, we start to develop a sense of what's right and wrong. We want to see the right doers get rewarded and those who are wrongdoers get punished. Now, it just so happens that we don't only want to promise those who have been victims that we will get back to the evildoers, but also to promise them that they will be okay in the end. We need these happy endings because they also make us feel safe in that way. Now, if you were to forget about everything that I just said, which surprisingly actually can happen quite often, there's one thing, just one, that truly makes us need happy endings more than ever before. We need hope. You may say this world isn't always happy. I don't disagree with you there. We've got the widest array of terrible news to come at us. The headlines scream at us. The society tries to protect us children from the bad news, but it gets through. Now, as much as you try to protect us, though, as much as it gets through, we still have to stay positive. These bad moments, they do not mean that the ending will be bad. Let me tell you an unusual happy ending. In May 1940, the Nazis advanced into France, and they trapped British troops on a small beach called Dunkirk. There's 400,000 soldiers there. 400,000 sons, fathers, boyfriends, husbands, brothers, entire families. They were bombed and shot at constantly. Rescue ships couldn't get to them. It looked hopeless. But when these 400,000 men could not come home, home came to them. 800 of all sorts of fishing vessels, pleasure craft, and other boats came under the transportation of the Air Force, rescue 338,000 soldiers. What a happy ending. Now, the next time that you see some sort of bad headline, it's going to scream at you, trust me. Whether it be on the newspaper, on the news, on your cell phone, or on any other kind of electric device, think, that's a bad moment, true. But It doesn't mean that the ending will be bad. We need happy endings more than ever before. I think we can all say that. We need it for the happiness that will come through. We need it for the justice that will prevail through all. And we need it, my friends, for the hope that it'll be okay in the end. I also hope for a happy ending on my journey today. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who talked about happy endings. He studies at Surrey Christian School in grade 6. His name is Maxwell Holmes. Thank you.